I got a science question, Dr. Grant. I do have one.
You always have one.
My left nostril. I'm pretty sure. Can your nose smell bad? I think the inside of my left nostril smells bad.
Yes, I can tell you that. Yes, it can. Bacterial infections, yeast infections, generally infections in your nose can make your nose smell bad.
What about just like a bunch of boogers? It seems like I have a bunch of boogers.
Well, I mean, I guess in
nose.
the case that like you inhaled a bunch of spray paint and then you smell spray paint hours later, yes.
But no, you shouldn't smell boogers.
All I know is I was smelling. Like you kind of like every now and then, and don't act like you don't do this. Every now and then you'll like scratch your butt and smell your fingers and you smell butt on your fingers.
Nope.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
That's how you get pink eye.
What I'm going to say is one day.
What, did you scratch your butt and pick your nose?
No. I thought I did.
You've been smelling shit all day?
I thought I had butt smell on my hand. I was like, did I not wash enough after I took a dump or what happened? I had butt smell on my hand. Okay.
There are so many problems with this statement right now.
You need to buy thicker toilet paper, number one.
Are you like Navy SEAL wiping?
I don't know what a Navy SEAL wipe is.
That's where you take one sheet of toilet paper, stick your finger through it, wipe your butt with your finger, and use the toilet paper around your finger to wipe your finger off.
No, I don't Navy SEAL wipe. I don't do that. I wipe with too much. I almost always clog the toilet with how much.
Do you bleed?
Because I wrap it around my... No, I don't bleed.
Well, you're not wiping it too much yet.
Okay, well, I wrap the toilet paper around my hand almost like an oven mitt, okay? And then
That's proper procedure.
That's too much.
I come with the oven mitt, and then I do the sweep.
4.3 squares.
And I don't even know if this is right, but I go from bottom to top. Is that okay to do? Or do I
there's
need to
not
go
a
top to
bottom or top to your... Are you laying down?
No, I come from more like south to north. Okay, I swipe south to north.
That's also not a proper direction. Do you go ventral to dorsal or dorsal to ventral?
Front to back, back to front.
No, I would never go back to front. What are you
saying then? Like you go into the anus and then out of the anus?
South pole to north.
That's north-south. In and then back out.
None of those are north and south.
You're douching, is what you're saying.
I'm not douching. What I was trying to say is I thought that it was my hands smelling like butt all day, and I kept washing my hands, and then I realized, no, it's not my hands that smell like butt. It's my nose. My inside of my nose, left nostril has a bad smell to it. Swear to God.
And how did you determine it was just the left one?
That's where it smells. I can smell, dude.
Okay, so if I put pizza in front of you, you can tell me which nostril gets the first whiff?
When you're up close, like if I'm like smelling a flower.
That's why you have two nostrils. It's stereo smell.
Is it? Don't tell me that shit. No, I can't tell you. I just smell something. You have two nostrils because
that's because humans have shitty sense of smell.
One of them sleeps essentially while the other one works. Like 99% of the time, one is clogged and the other one's open, and it flips back and forth generally.
Well, also I have a deviated septum, so my left nostril always.
So you have one nostril. That's what deviated septum is, a fancy word for one nose, one nostril.
No, I can breathe out of both. One is harder to breathe out of.
One almost. There's a hole in the middle that you breathe through both.
Well,
technically, inside your sinuses, they're still separated. But like the exit, the hose that connects it to the outside world is broken, and so you breathe out of both constantly.
Well, it doesn't have to be broken to be deviated. Deviated
means there's a hole. There's a thin lining in between left and right. Deviated septum means there's a hole inside of that.
Deviated means it's bent or turned or twisted.
No, there's a hole that you get a deviated septum from doing too much cocaine. What have you been doing?
No, one time I got Dr. Grant.
Really high on coke.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Nose went to bleeding.
Number one. Can you get a deviated septum? Is a deviated septum mean just bent or broken? Because I think I got it.
I think we need to Google it.
We might have to. Because what happened is I was playing with a Nerf. Nerf made this football one time called a brain ball, and it was foam, and it looked like a human brain.
Literally?
No, I didn't take it literally, but it was the only football I would play with because I thought it was cool. I was like, I got this brain ball. And so I was at a church thing, a VBS or something, and we were passing the brain ball back and forth. and I wasn't paying attention. It was like dusk. It was like where you can't quite make the light from day. And I ran smack dab into a AC unit and broke my nose.
Okay.
Ever since then, deviated septum.
Nasal septum deviation, sideways displacement of the wall between the nostrils.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
So maybe not necessarily a hole.
Just crooked.
Well, then I have a deviated septum as well.
Me too. I'm pretty sure everyone does. I've never met someone who does not have a deviated
symptoms.
septum.
Let's see if these symptoms. People may experience nasal bleeding, nasal congestion, runny
Does their nose smell like butt? Do you see
Or
butt nose on there?
post nasal drip. Also common are headaches, loss of smell, mouth breathing, physical deformity, snoring, or sinus pain.
I have physical deformity and mouth breathing.
Yep.
I have those two.
Those are my symptoms as well as congestion. I can't breathe out of my nose.
Yep.
My nose.
I get all of those things. I can only sleep on one side.
Otherwise, you suffocate.
Otherwise I have to mouth breathe when I sleep, which basically means I have a sore throat in the morning.
Yeah, that's why I wake up like 6 times a night and drink milk.
So have either one of you who also has deviated septums, have either one of you guys ever had butt nose? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes, but I know why.
I have a serious case of, this is a thing you can't go to the doctor with.
Yes, you
where
can.
You say, oh, my nose smells
And
like
you should
butt.
record it when you do.
No, I can't go to, I'm a hypochondriac with a fear of going to the doctor. So this is just my latest of many things, including my can't eat without, I've thrown up twice at a public restaurant now at the dinner table in front of people. It's in the past month. Because I'll do the thing. Remember when we went and ate
Why?
and I had to pull over? Remember
Why?
that? I get the feeling that my throat is closing, and then I start.
Have you heard of this, Dr. Grant?
Yes, we discussed it at length, and I told him that he should see a doctor.
Yes. So for everybody out there, if JC eats something like spicy or pepperoni or slightly slimy or anything out of his normal diet of beef jerky sticks, he gets the sensation.
Turkey jerky sticks.
Yeah. He gets the
soft
sensation
ones.
that his throat is closing up, and the only way to leave that feeling is to make himself vomit.
Well, and it's getting worse now because now my throat starts closing up, and then I get the hiccups initially.
In theory.
And I know my throat starts closing up, and I get the hiccups. And then when I get the hiccups, I try to hide it because I'm embarrassed at the table. So I'll sit there and surrounded by my family with a napkin over my mouth, trying to pretend like nothing's happening. And then the hiccups.
Yeah.
Well, then the hiccups build, right? To where I can literally feel the throat closing, and I can feel this ball working its way up from the bottom of my throat up to the top. And then sometimes if I swallow real hard, it'll go away and I'm okay. But then sometimes if I swallow real hard, it'll instantly kick in the throw up. And I just go, like this happened at the Outback Steakhouse 2 weeks ago. I go, bleh! And the next thing I know, I've thrown up into the napkin. And people see it. And it's very disconcerting to everyone else at the dinner table.
So, Serial, how comfortable are you with very soon having a one-man show?
I think we change this into a science podcast, and we just run with that because apparently JC is going to die.
Yeah.
At any moment.
Any moment.
I've thrown up now twice in public restaurants.
And you still won't see a doctor.
No, I need to go. I do.
I think
recognize
that's a symptom of esophagus cancer.
Esophageal cancer.
Jesus Christ! I don't want that though.
That has absolutely no effect on whether you have it or not.
And just by us stating that, now you're going to be paranoid for 3 weeks.
Yeah, dude. Now you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to go see a doctor. I'm just going to be really quiet and hide in my room and watch DVDs and not explain to anyone what's going on with JC.
You should just YouTube the shit out of it. WebMD it. In fact, WebMD should be your best friend.
you're just trying to, because if the cancer doesn't kill me, the fucking heart attack from stress will. I'm going out, dude. You got a one-man show coming soon. And what's even crazier is this is the clip they'll play. They'll be like, can you believe that he was even saying this 3 weeks ago? They'll play that clip. And what'll be even weirder is then after they hear that clip, they'll hear me commenting on how they're going to listen to the clip. And that's super meta. That's Matrix shit.
You're just creating an infinite loop right now. I'll tell you.
Do you have a will?
I don't have a will. Wait. If I say it right now, it counts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. Everything to my daughter and my wife. But they have to play the fishing game for my stuff. They'll have to write all my stuff on the bottom of the fish. And you know which game I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The rubber ducky show or game.
This is my last will and testament. All my items that they need to divvy up between my wife and my child have to be written on the bottom of multicolored
Your child is a
goldfish.
child. Your child can't own anything.
And no, I say it's my will. Yes, you can. And then they will fish, and whatever they scoop out of the fish, they get to keep, and that's how it's divided. That's my last will and testament. Also, please burn me. Don't put me in the ground. I want to be in a preferably in some kind of urn. And whenever family gatherings, whenever family gatherings happen, I want to have to be. You have to set me in the middle of the table by the gravy boat. That's my last will and
mixed in
testament.
with the gravy. A teaspoon at every dinner. No, I've looked it up and I have the answer. You either have to go to a doctor and get cured in some chemo, or you can become a vegan.
Oh, are people saying that they had this issue before and that going vegan helped them out?
Yes.
Well, both my parents have this thing called I think it's called reflux, but it's not like
acid reflux.
Like it's not like heartburn. No, it's not like that. It's like a thing where they will easily choke on food and it'll get like hung up. Like they'll have
genetics is what you're trying to say.
I think there's a genetic thing there because they both have described this thing. When I talk about my throat closing and kind of
have they become vegans yet?
They're not vegans.
They went and saw a doctor then.
Do you guys I always bring this shit to the fucking table? Yes, they did go see a doctor. I bring this shit to the table all the time at these podcasts, and I feel like none of you guys ever say shit like, "Oh, I have a medical issue too."
We go to the doctor.